Although nuts are touted as a superfood packed with healthy fats and proteins, some may not be as beneficial for those managing their glucose levels. For such reasons, we will now explore together the worst nuts for diabetics and how their consumption can influence your glucose levels more than you might think. Number 1. Cashews. They are delicious and popular, but for diabetics they can pose a small challenge. They contain about 9 grams of carbohydrates per ounce, which is higher compared to many other nuts. Moreover, their glycemic index may be higher, which means they can raise blood sugar more quickly than other options. However, it's not all bad news. Cashews are rich in magnesium, a mineral that has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. The key with cashews, as with any food for a person with diabetes, is moderation and portion control. Number 2. Pistachios. They are another nut that, while nutritious, requires caution in people with diabetes. They provide about 8 grams of carbohydrates per ounce, and although this may not seem like much, it can add up if portions are not controlled. What really makes pistachios stand out is their antioxidant content, including lutein and zeaxanthin, which are good for eye health. In addition, studies have found that regular consumption of pistachios can improve the blood lipid profile, reducing bad cholesterol, LDL levels, and increasing the good, HDL. Number 3. Macadamia nuts. They are highly caloric and rich in fats, but most of these fats are monounsaturated, which are beneficial for the heart. Although they have a low carbohydrate content, about 4 grams per ounce, their high caloric content can be a concern if consumed excessively, especially for diabetics who are also managing their weight. These nuts are an excellent source of thiamine and manganese, important nutrients for energy metabolism and bone health, respectively. Macadamia nuts should be consumed cautiously, not only because of their impact on weight, but also to avoid caloric imbalances that can negatively affect diabetes control. Number 4. Brazil nuts. These nuts are extremely rich in selenium, an essential mineral that acts as a powerful antioxidant and is crucial for thyroid gland function. A single Brazil nut can provide more than 100% of the recommended daily intake of selenium. However, they are very caloric and contain a considerable amount of saturated fats, which means they should be consumed in moderation. Selenium has benefits in regulating blood glucose levels and in preventing common diabetes complications such as heart disease. But excessive selenium consumption can be toxic, so it is vital to limit the intake of Brazil nuts to a few per week, especially for diabetics who must carefully monitor their caloric and nutritional intake. Number 5. Pecan nuts. They are cherished for their unique flavor and crunchy texture, but from a diabetic's perspective, need to be consumed with caution. They contain about 4 grams of carbohydrates per ounce, and although this is low compared to other nuts, their high caloric content can be a challenge. A positive aspect is that they are rich in mono and polyunsaturated fats, which are beneficial for cardiovascular health. In addition, pecans are a good source of fiber, which helps regulate the release of glucose into the bloodstream and can contribute to better diabetes control. An aspect to consider is that pecans also provide manganese and copper, important minerals for bone health and nerve function. For diabetics, including pecan nuts in the diet can offer antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits, but always respecting the appropriate portions to avoid excessive caloric intake that could lead to weight gain, complicating diabetes management. Number 6. Salted roasted almonds. They can be a tasty snack, but the added salt is something diabetics should consider carefully, especially those who also manage conditions like high blood pressure. The added salt can contribute to fluid retention and increase blood pressure, additional risk factors in managing type 2 diabetes. Nutritionally, almonds are rich in vitamin E, an important antioxidant that can help fight oxidative stress associated with diabetes. They are also a good source of magnesium, which is crucial for over 300 enzymatic processes in the body, including glucose metabolism. For those concerned about cardiovascular health, almonds can help improve the lipid profile. However, it is essential to choose unsalted versions and control portions to reap their benefits without the risks associated with excessive sodium intake. Number 7. Honey roasted peanuts. They may seem like a healthy option at first glance, but for a diabetic, they represent a potential trap due to the added simple sugars from the honey. This type of peanuts not only increases the caloric content of the nut, but also raises its glycemic index. Consuming high glycemic index foods can lead to spikes in blood glucose levels, something every diabetic needs to manage carefully. Peanuts themselves are rich in proteins and healthy fats, and if consumed in their natural form, without added sugars, They can be part of a balanced diet for diabetics. They also offer resveratrol, the same antioxidant found in red grapes, which has potential cardiovascular benefits. For these reasons, it would be more prudent for diabetics to opt for natural peanuts or those without sweet additives or excessive salt. Another important aspect to consider is that there are common breakfast foods that could be sabotaging your glucose control without you knowing it. In this video, we reveal the worst breakfast for diabetic health.